Hi everyone, this is another timeless message for the collective, and today's topic is around why you have been or are being guided to help others by stepping into service at this time. So some of you are willing to take the leap while others are still in a state of confusion as to what is really happening to them, but either way, you want to understand why it is that this call is so important at this time. Regardless of where you are in your journey at this time or how you got here, it really helps to understand the true purpose of your calling. Of course, the obvious answer is because the world and planet in its current state is falling apart and you are needed now more than ever. But the real question is, what is the divine calling really asking you to understand through this experience? So whether you've had a spiritual experience yet or not, it helps to recognize that you aren't actually human, but rather a spiritual being that's currently having a human experience. Most often distracted by the external circumstances in our world, we tend to forget our true identities of who we were before we came here. It's not until something profound happens in our lives that we're shaken to understand our true identity and want to dig deeper as to who we truly are. What really is the purpose of life? Surely we didn't just come here to go to school, get a job for most of our lives, get married, have and raise kids, only to retire and then just pass on one day. Living life on autopilot until one day we finally realize that the time is up and we aren't going to get an opportunity to do a do-over in life. Not to mention all the pain and sadness that you experienced in your lifetime. Surely there has to be more to human life than that. Now, some of us are actually fortunate enough because we actually had the opportunity to realize the divine through some experience or spiritual insight that makes all the difference and changes the trajectory of our life. The divine is hidden from man as long as he wants to be, but when it's time and he wishes for you to discover him, he calls for you. Whether through the loss of loved ones, heartbreak from someone dear to you, or simply by his grace because you've been in search for him. He makes his presence known. Beyond the realms of what we experience through human eyes, he's available to everyone, whether you are deaf, blind, or even mute. You can still experience the divine. He is equally available to every human being in exactly the same way. To see him, you need the inner eye. To hear him, you only need to attach yourself to his melodious sound current that can only be heard within. And if you can't speak physically, you can still speak to the Lord. So you see, we go about our lives desperately clinging to our identity, seeing the division across all humans based on color, culture, and religions. But if the divine only belonged to a particular religion, culture, or group, why would he design our access to him in exactly the same way? Now, this question might be rattling for some, but to truly see and experience the unity that binds all humans, you have to go within. There is no other way to experience the divine. When you experience the real you in meditation, you will realize that we are all a drop of the exact same ocean. To serve others is really just to serve yourself and the divine. And when the veil is lifted in meditation, you'll experience your true identity and that which is also true for everyone else. You will instantly drop judgment of others and you will understand that there is actually no separation amongst any of us. To hurt another human being means to hurt yourself and the divine. When you understand your higher nature and the illusion of this world, you will refrain from committing any actions that hurt your true identity and reality. So you see, the divine is truly limitless, and when you are graced with his calling, and when he asks you to step into service, it's because he's calling you to discover your own true potential and identity. He's asking you to realize your infinite potential so that you may be liberated from the idea of limitation that you experience in this world. The best part is when you actually serve others, you are showered with the Lord's grace in your life. Your challenges become his worry, your pain becomes his grief, and your financial burdens become the Lord's responsibility. If we actually want to become more spiritual, we need the grace of the divine. And to have the grace of the divine, we need to start being human. And to be human is to serve others with love in a selfless way. When we pour out our love for others, we become more of what we truly are on the inside, and that helps complete our journey to unity consciousness and the divine. So if you're getting the call to step into service, understand that this is the divine's will, and your calling is going to help you open your gateways to your infinite potential. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was helpful. God bless.